mightiest beasts wield awesome power. But ever wonder who would win when nature's heavyweights go head-to-head? These battles do happen in the wild, but we rarely witness them. So, to see who's the ultimate champion, to understand their true power, and appreciate their skills, we stage our own battles in a virtual arena. As our animals take shape, experts compare their strengths and weaknesses. With specially built biomechanical machines, we test their might. Finally, our virtual contenders come face to face for the ultimate showdown, Animal Face-Off. A lone hunter with a devastating jaw and paw attack. The cougar is North America's lion and just as fierce. The alpha male wolf. Nothing scares Mother Nature's leader of the pack. Neither animal will tolerate an intruder. When their paths cross, the fur will fly as these contenders battle for King of the Hill on Animal Face-Off. From around the world, an elite team of experts gathers. They meet in a high-tech test lab to discover the secrets behind this Animal Face-Off.
So we're talking about a fight between a puma and a wolf. Sorry.
Puma?
A puma.
Cougar?
Or cougar.
Or mountain lion.
Or mountain lion. And it's all the same creature?
All the same thing, yes. Yes.
Dr. Ellen Rogers is a wildlife vet who spends half her time in Africa. She's our resident cougar expert.
This guy has power in his bite and as you can see, a really incredible grip. These scissors grip in these teeth. So my money is on the wolf.
Peggy Callahan, a biologist who takes her work home. She's raised her own pack of 45 gray wolves.
When we look at the width of the skull, especially with the wolf, we see that this musculature is what's going to be generating those powerful bite forces that we want to measure.
Jonathan Wiersma, a statistician and expert in the physics of an animal attack. He can precisely measure an animal's bite, swipe, or lunge. Using data from biomechanical tests and analysis of wildlife footage, the team will paint by numbers and create a virtual wolf and cougar for the ultimate face-off. First step, know your enemy, their weapons, defenses, and attack behavior. We'll start with the cougar, the biggest cat in North America. To find out what the cougar brings to the face-off, we'll build a biomechanical version and test its powers. That way, we can measure its bite without getting bitten. Up to 7 feet from tip to tail, a cougar can weigh 200 pounds. When it strikes, it rarely misses. 4 out of 5 hits end in dinner. Its only rivals, the bear and the wolf. Chris Wheatley, Justin Buckingham, and Mike Latham are the team's designers and engineers. To help them build their biomechanical cougar, our experts deconstruct the big cat.
They have very powerful bites for the size of their mouths. These are stalk ambush, so they will sneak up to their prey, wait, and then in 1 or 2 bounds land on their prey.
So the Cougar, we're going to want to be able to put on the gimbal and come up and over for our bite test, aren't we?
Nature's quality control program for cougars took 2 million years. The designers have 3 days. For our skull to look right and work properly, the jaw must hinge just like a real cougar's and be powered at the points where muscles attach.
Bang, snap, closes, and we'll be biting onto whatever target we put in front of us.
Our cougar has to be mobile too, so it'll need a body. The engineers will strip down a bulldozer and rebuild it as a remotely operated test vehicle.
But the biggest problem we've got is while I'm sitting in here, this whole thing's jumping around and the controls are jerking, so I can't keep going. We've done, in previous tests, we've rolled the thing over.
A turbocharged diesel engine will pump the hydraulic oil that powers both the dozer and the head. While the mechanics get to work on their new machine, the design team creates our cougar in polystyrene. It's a spitting image of the real skull. They carve and mount each of the 30 teeth separately, so our big cat's jaws are a perfect replica. When the sculptors are finished, the skull disappears into a box of sand. Molten aluminum vaporizes the polystyrene and takes its place. While Justin hones the metal skull, Mike grapples with fitting head to body.
And we could actually, what we could do, lock the holes a bit and actually have a little bit of adjustment in there, right? Yeah.
Using the same process, later we'll create a biomechanical wolf. Then deploy each model to answer some crucial questions. What happens when these predators bite? Can they deliver a single fatal chomp? And if so, how? The answers have so far eluded scientists. Will be more cooperative. The information they reveal will breathe life into our virtual contenders. Our experts are ready, and so is our bionic cat. We're about to discover the strength of a cougar's bite and reveal the damage it can inflict on prey.
So is this it? Is this my cougar?
Yep.
Yes, that looks pretty good. Looks beautiful. Look at the teeth. Look at those. Right into a wolf.
Look how short that little jaw is.
Yeah.
Before fine-tuning the strength of these jaws, we need to make sure they work. We'll test our creation on items that approximate the density of flesh and bone.
What do you think? Let's try the squash.
Easy.
Squash is softer than bone, but harder than muscle. A good stand-in for prey.
Oop. All right, stand back.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, bite.
That wasn't as explosive as I was hoping.
Big bite.
Look at that. It's just that. Well, it's not crushed, but it's a nice bite out of there. And look, canines going right into that wolf.
The only cavity in this dental exam is the one made by our biomechanical beast, a good illustration of how a real cougar's back teeth work. They're called carnassials, and the cougar uses them for cutting flesh into bite-sized pieces. Now for a harder test. We have to make sure our cat's teeth won't break when they hit bone, closely simulated by a coconut.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Holy cow!
Nice job.
This cat has bark in its bite. Thanks to the penetrating power of 2 1/4-inch canines, they deliver the entire force of the bite through 4 small points, inflicting maximum injury on prey. Looks like a cougar can kill with a single bite, but just how much force does that bite pack? The answer lies in a trait that's common to all carnivores. Through holes in the cheekbones, the zygomatic arches, large muscles pass through to the lower jaw, and that's the main factor in bite force. Our numbers expert, Jonathan, has researched carnivore skulls and their corresponding bite force. By measuring the zygomatic arches of a cougar skull, he can estimate how much muscle they contain, and from that, how powerful the jaws are. Answer, a 300-pound bite. The cougar's bite is only 80 pounds stronger than an adult human's, but we don't have 2 1/4-inch fangs. Now to calibrate our biomechanical cat for accurate biting. A pressure-sensitive device called a load cell will measure the force in our cougar's jaws as Mike winds up the hydraulic power.
Okay, we got something. 100. Oh, 150, 300. There's 250.
When they reach 300 pounds, they'll lock it off, giving our biomechanical cougar the same jaw strength as a real one.
Bullseye, 300.
Oh, I just bumped that.
Is that its maximum?
I think that's great.
Now that our biomechanical cougar has an accurate bite, let's see how it uses it to subdue prey. We'll use this information to help create our virtual cougar for a showdown with its rival, the wolf. In the wild, an animal hunts the way it fights. So if we learn how an animal catches prey, we can predict what tactics it will bring to a fight. We're about to see how the cougar uses its bite to feed and defend itself, and discover if it's a match for the big bad wolf. Up next, paws, claws, and jaws. We've measured the cougar's powerful bite, but no one knows how it uses that bite to hunt. In the wild, the evidence is quickly reduced to scraps of bone. So we have to recreate the cougar's bite in the lab. A cougar attack has 3 stages. It begins with a sudden leap. Its claws position the prey. Then the fatal bite.
Okay, now, can you look down?
Our first test will try to recreate the cougar's preferred bite.
Okay, you ready, Mike?
Yep, ready to go.
Bring it down.
Using surrogate prey from a meat processing plant, We'll analyze the cougar's 300-pound bite to the back of the neck. The aim, to see why that favorite Nate bite is so deadly.
How's that?
That's great. Okay. 3, 2, 1, bite. All right, you want to open up so we can see what happens? Look at this. Holes on this side.
Ellen's impressed, but only a dissection will reveal the full impact of the cougar's neck bite.
What I did was, I started where the bite wound was in the skin, and then I just cut away the skin and a couple layers of muscle. And here, if you can see, this probe goes right into the hole of one of the canines, right into the vertebrae. Yes, please. So it actually broke a part of the vertebrae, yeah.
The test proves the cougar's neck bite is efficient and deadly.
So this goat, had it been alive, would have been killed by that one bite. So it was a good cougar bite.
That was a really good cougar bite.
Our virtual cougar is taking shape. If we give it the 300-pound bite its skull structure suggests, it could dispatch the wolf with one bite. But the wolf is no pussycat. Somewhere in these hills lurks the cougar's opponent, an alpha male wolf, Mother Nature's big bad leader of the pack. Weighing up to 150 pounds and standing 3 feet at the shoulder, he spent his whole life fighting to be top dog. Wolves prey on animals more than 3 times their size. They strike out 9 times out of 10. But a pack of 15 still catches and eats nearly a ton of meat each week. They use their bite to hang on to their prey while the others bring it down. Time for the lab team to design a wolf. They start by comparing it with man's best friend.
Even the dogs that are bred to bite, the Rottweilers and the Pit Bulls, these guys still have a bigger crunch. Anywhere from 2 to 3 times the crushing power. And you're talking about a wider bite, longer canines. They just need to kill to eat, and our dogs do not. Some wolves we know have become specialists at killing moose all by themselves. Real ticket item here is the jaw strength. These guys have a lot of surface area and a significant power to back that up.
We've estimated bite forces, and we think that wolves have a more powerful bite force.
Yeah, it's sort of a
So we don't
snap.
need to put the wolf on our over the top. We can do the wolf.
Yeah, you can do the sideways, or
snap,
they're what we call opportunistic. They take the opportunity that presents itself. So my money is on the wolf.
As always, we build our virtual fighter from the inside out. Skeleton, then muscle, then skin. An exact copy of its anatomy to ensure our virtual version behaves accurately. But to test the damage a wolf can do, we need a metal model. But the jaws are completely different. The wolf's jaw is 3 times longer, and it has far more teeth. 42 versus the cougar's 30. But the wolf's teeth are smaller. As we'll soon discover, this jaw is built for a different job. Aluminum is hard enough to stand in for bone, but soft enough to work with. so it's the ideal metal for the job. When complete, our wolf will have the same remote control mobility as our biomechanical Cougar. The wolf's jaw is 3 times longer than the Cougar's for a good reason: grip. With more surface area, it can hold on tighter. We've already recreated a Cougar attack. The Cougar hunts alone, so it can't afford mistakes. Its 300-pound bite can sever the spinal column in one hit. One cat, one bite, the end. Wolves are team players. Adults work together to bring down prey. Then the whole pack dines. The end comes from 100 bites, not one.
Hey, Justin, think you can do a softball?
Yep, no worries. You ready, Mike?
What a game.
Nice catch.
Check that out.
In our face-off, the wolf will be fighting alone. So can the wolf kill with a single bite too?
Have a look, Just. Have a look.
This demonstration shows what a wolf normally uses its canine teeth for: holding.
This is not a good toy for wolves.
The wolf's canines are only 1.5 inches long, but they hold on for dear life and death.
Countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, excellent.
Like all carnivores, wolves use their back teeth, the carnassials, to reduce prey to bite-sized pieces. These teeth slide against each other, cutting flesh like scissors. And wolves can crush the largest of bones.
All right, glasses, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Well done.
That's fantastic. Absolutely.
Impressive, but these demonstrations don't reveal the true secret of the wolf's jaws. That's hidden in the shape of its skull. We're about to find out if the dog with no bark can deliver a fatal bite. The wolf is a team player, so will its bite match the Cougar's? The wolf's cheekbones, the zygomatic arches, contain the muscles that power its bite. They're almost twice as large as the Cougar's. Armed with this data, Jonathan calculates a large wolf has a 500-pound bite.
It's a lethal weapon.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Don't put your hand in there.
As with the Cougar, we have to calibrate our model. So we'll turn up the power till we hit 500 pounds.
Oh, there we go. There's 100 pounds right there. 150, 200 pounds right now. Keep bringing her up.
Happy, Just?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, keep going.
Whoa, there's 400 pounds. Is that all you got? Or?
Look, these teeth are getting well into the timber.
Go on,
You happy to go a bit more?
Give it another tweak.
Does it have more?
500. It's 500 pounds.
It's pretty intense. Look at how far in these are buried already.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a strong bite force there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a big wolf.
Okay. Okay.
That's a big wolf.
Justin's baby.
Our biomechanical wolf now has the same jaw strength as a real one. Our testing revealed the cougar can kill with a single bite.
I'd like to actually simulate the bite that a wolf would give to the neck of a prey. So here's our prey, here's our wolf. We just need to position it so that the bite is actually over the back of the neck. So Mike, if you can bring this up, and if you don't mind, Justin, helping me get this into position. Straight up.
We'll test our wolf bite on surrogate prey from a meat processing plant.
All you need to do is bring the whole thing down slowly.
Wolves aren't known as instant killers. Their jaws are designed to grab and hold, but they are built stronger than a cougar's.
All right, 3, 2, 1, bite it. That's a powerful bite.
Dr. Ellen Rogers, our wildlife vet, and Peggy Callahan, our wildlife biologist, will perform a dissection to see if the wolf's bigger bite but smaller teeth broke the spine. Peggy has dissected hundreds of animals as part of her studies into wildlife health. She's trained to identify injuries.
So what'd you find? Did your wolf do anything?
Well, indeed he did. Can I show you what I found?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we're up against here.
Yeah. Show the kitty how it's done, huh? There's a nice big canine hole. Oh, yeah. You can see that goes all the way through the skin and actually goes quite deep into the muscle and does, in fact, do damage to the spine.
Though the single nape bite is not the wolf's specialty, it still broke the spine.
It's a lethal bite. It is definitely a lethal bite for this guy. So you might want to pass that on to your cougar about just how to survive in the wild.
As our virtual wolf develops, we can give it a 500-pound bite and the potential to quickly end the fight with the cougar. But the experts are still locking horns over the outcome. Based on the numbers so far, it's too soon to declare a winner. Either animal could end the coming fight with a single bite. What happens immediately before the clash could decide the outcome. Both the wolf and cougar hit their prey at high speed. So how much force does that speed add to their bite?
One thing, I don't know how you guys are going to take this into account, but they leap, often leaping onto their victims and pulling them down.
Both of them are quite fleet-footed, and that's a must in their hunting strategy.
It's not just biting, but it's that force behind it as well.
The lab team will build a device that reproduces the impact of a predator moving at high speed.
Yeah, we'll have to make a catapult, hey?
Just send something careering down with a whole load of teeth on the end.
Can you guys do it?
Yeah,
Of course we can do it. Nice.
We'll recreate the full impact of the attack by factoring our animal's top speed into the test. A cougar can cover 20 feet in a single leap, and when it pounces from ambush, one leap is normally all it needs. But the star of the long jump comes in last in a marathon. Cougars score low on endurance. Cougars rely on the same fast-twitch muscle fiber that sprinters use. This light-colored muscle can contract and release in less than 60 milliseconds. But after a few contractions, it starts to run out of power. Problem: build a test rig that can move like a charging cougar or wolf. Solution: attach the metal skull to a catapult sled mounted on a steel beam. Then fit pneumatic triggers so they can eat on the run.
The pneumatics is all quite simple. The jaw movement is really simple. It's all to do with timing.
The energy generated by the rig is bordering on dangerous.
We started off with a bungee that was yay thick, and it was a little difficult to balance and control. It was rather fast.
By firing our biomechanical beasts down the 33-foot beam, we'll measure how speed affects impact. Result: a new set of numbers to feed into our digital landscape. When an animal hits at speed, its momentum is transferred to the prey as impact. The faster and heavier the animal, the greater the force. We're about to turn our biomechanical predators into the world's weirdest crash test dummies. Don't try this at home. For the first time, scientists are about to test the impact when Cougar hits prey. Cougars are ambush hunters. They lie in wait, then strike their prey in a few fast strides. They're built for a brief but devastating burst of energy. Nobody has calculated the speed of these.
Wow, what have you guys created here?
Check this out.
What does this do?
It's on 2 tracks, which run along an I-beam.
So it's going to go flying down this thing?
Yep. And then the jaw will open and close via our air.
Do you guys have to trigger that manually, or?
Should be able to time it pretty well spot on.
All right, it's going to go 20 feet like them. All right, let's bite something.
Time for the Cougar impact test. Target: a soda can. Its shiny surface makes it easier for the cameras to register the impact. Jonathan will film the Cougar sled as it races down the track and collides with the soda can. His computer will then calculate the sled's speed, its acceleration, and the force of its collision with the can. Only one factor missing from the equation: just how fast is a wild cougar? Wildlife Film supplies the answer. This footage was shot at 62 frames per second. By counting the number of frames the cougar takes to cover one body length, we can calculate its speed. Answer: 45 miles per hour. Armed with this crucial data, Jonathan can calculate the impact when a full-grown cougar hits prey at top speed. Momentum is measured in foot-pounds. The force needed to move a pound weight 1 foot in 1 second.
That was awesome! That was great! Awesome! That was great!
our 120-pound sled was moving at 30 feet per second. Scale up the numbers for a 200-pound Cougar at full speed, and you get 14,000 foot-pounds. This is the measure we'll use to compare the Cougar with the wolf. Only part of that force is delivered at the point of impact, but it's still a guaranteed knockout blow. Yet the Cougar's good for only one punch. After that, it's on the mat. So how will the wolf compare? Wolves are the endurance runners of the forest, with a top speed of 40 miles per hour. They keep going and going and going, up to 12 miles without stopping. Where cougars rely on a sneak attack, wolves run their prey into the ground. Source of the wolf's stamina? Red-blooded, slow-twitch muscle fibers. These muscles are like heavy-duty batteries. They deliver steady power without fizzling out. To compare wolf to cougar, the lab team sets up for the wolf impact test.
Here we go. And we're on 3, 2, 1, bite.
So what did Jonathan's numbers reveal?
The purpose of this test was to measure the impact of this wolf when it's basically pouncing on its prey item. This is the parts here that we've digitized, and then this results into a linear graph where we can check the velocity and we can check the acceleration of this whole sled.
Jonathan scales up the rig's weight and speed to match a 150-pound wolf moving at 40 miles per hour. Result, a charging wolf has almost 9,000 foot-pounds of momentum. That's only 2/3 the momentum of the cougar, but with its superior stamina, the wolf could fight the big cat to a standstill. The battle boils down to strength versus endurance. Our virtual cougar has the power to take down the wolf in seconds, if it can get the jump on him. Our virtual wolf has the endurance to launch repeated attacks, if it can survive the cougar's first strike. And the cougar may need to strike only once, thanks to its claws. A specially constructed biomechanical paw can show us why it's the cat's meow. Big cats use their claws to position prey for the fatal bite. They can also deliver a deadly blow. Lions have been recorded striking at 17 feet per second, a figure that helps us predict the power of the cougar's paw. Jonathan uses reflective dots to track the paw's speed and movement with his motion tracking system. We'll test the paw swipe on surrogate prey from a meat processing plant.
Okay, Mike, number ones, please. That's good, thank you.
3, 2, 1, strike.
Jonathan's measurements show big cats can use momentum to deliver a strike equal to 2/3 of the cat's weight. A 200-pound cougar can deliver a 120-pound blow with its paws. It takes a whole wolf pack to do the same job as a cougar's paws: capture and hold prey. The pack is led by the alpha male, but they all work to cut prey from the herd and bring it down. When he faces off with the cougar, the wolf won't have the pack at his back. In this showdown of the species, he'll be on his own. We've pinned numbers on the wildest predators in the mountains. Both wolf and cougar are calculating killers, but this time only one has the odds on its side. The numbers are in. We're ready to unleash our virtual contenders. Our scenario unfolds in the Rocky Mountains, where wolf and cougar are about to rumble over turf. The wolf is a lifelong fighter that can't be worn down or called off. The cougar is armed from head to toe and specializes in the instant kill. Only one will remain standing in this animal face-off.
Okay, all of the facts are in. It's time to see just how badly your wolf did.
It's the moment of truth, Ellen.
Would you like to do the honors? I hate to be the one to kill your boy.
I tell you what, you hold this, I push the button. Sound like a plan?
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Let's see.
Aim.
Why does the cougar win this battle? From the start, the wolf is itching for a fight. But the threat of the cougar's claws forces a withdrawal. Low on stamina, the cougar tries to back off, but a wolf will never back away from a fight. The wolf pins the cougar, but exposes itself to those lethal claws. The cougar goes for a fatal neck bite, but the cries of the approaching wolf pack force it to retreat.
Robbed. It's not fair.
Are you joking?